together, to give each other the courage, to remind each other that we are all warriors of light, and one way or the other, we're going to get through this. And when we're done, by the time we get to the other side, you know, this is like the birth canal. When you're in it, it's dark, it's strenuous, it's messy, it's yicky, but then there's life. So we'll see how our world will shift. It's shifting. It's not shifting quick enough, but it is shifting. Those that are called to action, whether you are noticing injustices, whether you are noticing lack of support in certain areas, if it calls out to you, get involved. Instead of complaining about it, instead of just talking about problems, discuss solutions, find ways that you can impact and make a change, because each one of us has the capacity to do anything that we put our mind and our hearts to. So it's not a question of are you capable, it's a question of will you make yourself available. And I know it's not always, it doesn't always feel comfortable. And there's the mind that comes in and says, what can I do as one individual? Each one of us impacts so many individuals and we're not even aware of it. So whatever it is calling to you, instead of sitting back and feeling like you're powerless, because you are not. None of us are powerless. See what your skills are, where you can offer any kind of assistance, and rise up to the occasion. You know, this is, you know, I've been saying we come together to support ourselves, our communities, and our world. And the more time goes by, the more people are recognizing that we might put up borders, but the borders didn't stop this virus, did it? We're all in this together, regardless of where you are upon this planet. It is affecting each and every person. Every being is being affected and being impacted in one way or another. So the invitation is to ask yourself, what can I do? One individual. And everything starts with one individual, one heart that gets inspired, that gets motivated. And sometimes it doesn't even come as an inspiration or as a motivation. It comes in the form of anger, deep, strong anger to make a change. And that serves as well because it gives you the fuel to get yourself moving, to get yourself engaged. And it's different for each one of us, that's why we're all unique. So we all have our own gifts. We all have our own ways of communicating, our own ways of showing up, our own ways of expressing. So do whatever makes you comfortable, not what someone else is doing or how someone else is doing it. Really tune into yourself and see what's here for you. How do I contribute? What's essential within me that I can bring forth? So I'll leave you with that. I don't want to go too much into that. I don't want to be too preachy. That's not my intention. Okay, so meditation. Why do we meditate? People think they meditate because they want to gain something or they want to get something from it. And that's really not what meditation is. Meditation is returning home. So it's like a Christmas tree when you start taking it down after the holidays. It's getting rid of all the garlands and all the the ornaments and whatnot. And then you're left with the tree. So this is not about, meditation is not about bringing on more things. It's really about, it's a moment of letting go of all the fluff, letting go of all the trinkets, and getting down to the bare essential. And the bare essential is what vibrates as you in every moment, regardless of what you're thinking, regardless of what you're doing. There is this inner peace that cannot, there's this inner peace that you cannot ever lose. You walk away from peace because you get distracted with whatever's calling to you in the moment. But you take a deep breath and there you are. Take another deep breath and you go deeper, and then the stillness comes. So yeah, at the beginning it's a little bit of practice, especially for those of us who have a very intellectual minds, very active minds, very logical minds. It takes a little bit of practice. It's like, a dog that's never been put on a leash, and then suddenly, they're leashed up and you're telling them, no, come here. And you pull them back, and obviously they want to run. So the mind is very similar to that. At any point, all you need to do, all that one must do is, do I follow this thought or do I return back here? And that occurs at the beginning quite a bit, and you have to be very vigilant. And it's not to be hard on yourself. It's to recognize, oh, here I am. There's my to-do list. Come back now. What's essential in this moment now? And it's really about finding your solid ground, your compass, your true north, so that even if there's a strong wind or storm that starts to downpour either over you or around you, it's like you have an umbrella that's always open, and whatever comes down doesn't affect you. It slides off. It can't penetrate. It just slides off. Doesn't mean you don't feel it. And depending on where you are, where you're at on your spiritual journey, you're either impacted more intensely or not. So what does meditation do? I mean, some of the benefits of meditation. And I started meditating many, many years ago. Meditation at first is a practice. Eventually becomes a way of life. And if you don't like the word meditation, mindfulness is another word for it. It's really being in the present moment. So if you're washing dishes, that's what you're doing, you're washing dishes. The mind is not busy, checking off its list or thinking about yesterday or tomorrow, or, I should have done this, or she should have said that, or it's really being present so that every act that you are completing becomes a sacred act, because every moment in this life is sacred. We've just been taught that, we have to rush through things, and what defines us is our ability to produce and, yeah, I think you get the gist of what I'm trying to say here. Anyway, so some of the benefits of returning to a moment of stillness. It lowers your blood pressure. It calms your nervous system. It boosts your immune system. It makes you a kinder human being. It makes you more present. It makes you less reactive. It makes you more open to change. It gives you a greater ease. So then you start to flow through life. not so much in resistance to things that appear. So as things appear, the automatic response is, oh my God, this is so bad. But rather, it's, oh, let's wait and see. So if I live in a kind universe and everything is always done for me, not against me, where's my gift here in this opportunity? What can I extract from this experience that I know has presented itself to benefit me on my walk of life? Doesn't that sound and feel like such a better way of living? It doesn't mean that you become a doormat, far from. It doesn't mean that, you live in a cave. You can still interact with people. You can still do what you do. You're doing it much more consciously. You become much more selective as to where you want to engage your energy and with whom you want to share your energy. So it gives you a greater sense of freedom. Not only a sense of freedom, you are freer to be yourself, and you're not as consumed by other people's approval or disapproval of you. Because at the end of the day, the only opinion that matters comes from the one that's looking back in the mirror at you. So when you're good with you, when you're at ease with you, then anywhere you go, you feel that you're at home. So what meditation does as well is it has a potential to release and heal old blockages. It also has the ability or the potential to unlock old ways, old belief systems. It's almost like you're going in with X-ray vision and you're seeing what resides within you. Do you guys follow what I'm trying to say here? Give me a thumbs up or give me anything, because I don't see any comments anymore. So I'm not sure if it's, I just don't want to go on too long. Okay. Okay, so Maria says, for me, it's a way to ground myself, set myself straight, and share my love and peace with the world. Yes. God bless. Yes, exactly. And that's exactly what it is. Okay, so let's just go into meditation. So make yourself as comfortable as possible as we close our eyes in this moment of reconnection. So take a deep breath. And allow yourself to relax. And with your next inhalation, when you exhale, you may do it with a pronounced sigh. So breathing in, feel the heaviness melting away as you take another deep breath. Breathing in, newness, freshness, love, light, health, well-being, peace. Breathing in, holding your breath for as long as you can, and exhaling it out into the world. So as you come to the breath that is most comfortable to you, whether your hands are open or your hands are clasped, it really doesn't matter, for it is your intention and your focus that is required, not your posture, not your amulets, Although you are free to light your candles and burn your incense, but really this is an invitation to drop deeper into yourself, to this infinite well that calls you home. So as you breathe at your own rhythm, know that you are protected. You are surrounded by your team of light. Many of your loved ones who have crossed are on this earth plane at this time to offer their guidance, their assistance. And just feel yourself relaxing, going deeper and deeper. Now in your mind's eye, envision yourself opening a beautiful gate. And you step out into a garden. You feel the sun upon your face as it warms your skin. You feel your feet as they kiss Mother Earth on this solid and sacred ground that you walk upon. So as you look around your plot of land, all the snow has melted. And things are coming back to life. You see some shrubs, and you can tell where the buds are beginning and where there are branches that have not made it. They have not made it through the winter. And in your hands, as you look down, you have a pair of shears. And we invite you now to tend to this shrub, for one must remove what is no longer viable in order to give the rest of the shrub more nutrients to thrive. So as you begin to snip away at the dry branches, allow them to represent the leaves, anything that you have been holding on to, that you no longer wish to be part of your garden. For a dead branch has no purpose, cannot bear fruit, cannot bear new leaves. And as you prune your tree. Feel yourself getting lighter. For you are eliminating what is no longer necessary, what has served its purpose. And when you are completed, notice this plot of land that represents your inner garden. You are given a handful of seedlings. So till your soil. You can feel it in your hands. If that calls out to you, feel the energy of Mother Earth. She is fertile and willing to accept the seeds that you will be planting. Take a look around and notice if there are any weeds that need your attention. Clear this plot, for it is your garden. And the more fertile you make it, the more abundant your harvest will be. And now, with your seeds in hand, we invite you to plant seeds of hope, seeds of well-being, seeds of peace, seeds of health, seeds of love, seeds of joy, seeds of freedom. Keep tending to your garden, for this is your sanctuary. Tend to your garden. Give it its proper nutrients. And as you care for it, it will multiply for you. So take a deep breath and go get a pail of water or a hose or a watering can. If there's any other seeds you'd like to plant, go ahead. There is no limit, for your garden can be as big or as small as you want. You can plant multiples of the same seedling, clusters if you will. For this garden not only nourishes your body, it nourishes your spirit. And now gently add water and admire this space. You may decorate it as you wish. You can plant flowers next to your seedling to attract the butterflies who will come after their cocooning once they have completed the transformational stage. What you plant in the spring will show its harvest in your summer. Greetings, dear ones. It is always a delight to be amongst you, and we always take an opportunity to remind you of who you are, for these transmissions are really to honor you. So as we invite you to drop deeper and deeper within the self, deeper and deeper into this sacred space that is you, into this infinite well of wisdom, of intelligence, of knowledge, of well-being, of peace, of endless gratitude, of boundless energy, of immeasurable strength, of a love that is not easily understood through the human perspective. As you are navigating your days, as you are witnessing more and more of your media, more and more of your statistics, if you will, know that there is still an imbalance. So you as an individual, what is required of you, what we are asking, what we are suggesting, what we are inviting you to, is to maintain the balance. Stay in a state of neutrality as much as possible. Stay in a state of calmness as much as possible. Stay in a state so that you can tip the scale of what is occurring at this time, so that you can bring a greater balance as the vibrational frequency keeps rising in your atmosphere. And the increase of fear that is sweeping your population is at odds with one another. So you as a light worker, you as an awakened or awakening conscious being, have a very important role, a very significant role, if you will, for every moment that you take a conscious breath and return to your center, return to your core, return to your peace, return to your balance. You are assisting in the equilibrium of the planet itself. Feel the touch of source energy as it comes to each and every one of you, whether you are listening to this broadcast in this moment or at another moment. It is always in the eternal now. Give yourself permission to receive. Allow yourself. And as you allow, you accept. And as you accept, you align. And as you align, you attune. So feel this energy as if it were a spiraling lightning bolt, if you will. Feel it as it comes into your physicality in a spiraling motion, as it picks up, as it cleanses, as it purifies, removing all toxins, not only from the physical body, but from the emotional body, from the mental body as well. So that order, a new order within you, is being established. So in these moments of integration, be kind to yourself. Notice the human side of you that is at times fearful. Invite it in, as if it were a young babe. Rock it in your arms. All is well. I am here. Return to a state of grace. Return to the knowing of who you are, who you have always been, who you are returning to. So we invite you in this moment to place your hands upon your heart. Join us if you will. And take a deep breath. Feeling into your heart. Feel the calmness that is here. Feel the invitation of love. Take another deep breath. Activating every dormant cell within you. As memories from every lifetime that are beneficial in this moment now. May they be reactivated in your cellular memories to be utilized for the benefit of all. And with your hands upon your heart, connect to the sacred heart of all. For it is the same heart, dear ones. You share the same breath. You share the same intelligence. It is all one consciousness. Breathe. Allow yourself to remember. Remember where you come from. Remember who you are. As you begin to stand stronger and more assuredly, more confidently. Claim your power. For you have dominion over your physicality. You are the master of the body that you inhabit. You are the master of the mind you believe masters you. Steer your ship. Return to this union. Return to this celebration of life, your life. Recognize the preciousness of every moment, of every breath, of every action. As you unlearn your doing and embrace your beingness, for every time you do so, You expand your light. So take another deep breath. All is well. Notice if there's any resistance as you repeat, all is well. We extend the courage that is required to see through the eyes of love, to see through a different window, to see with a different perspective. Yes, dear ones, we are speaking to you individually and collectively. There is great love for you here. Trust in the process. Trust in the way. Trust in yourself. Trust in the light. Trust in that which creates worlds. And so it is. And before we return, let's envision everyone that is being affected, whether physically or emotionally. Let's envision them in our mind's eye. So that they may feel consoled as each being processes their own story, their own experience. Together as one. Let's hold them all in the light. And now at your own pace, gently come back to this space. Coming back. If you have water, please drink. Returning, re-energized. Calmer, more at peace. I want to thank you all for participating, for taking time to reconnect with yourself, for making yourself the priority, for you can't give to another what you don't give to you. For those of you who are sharing this message, thank you. Please like, subscribe. It is here for you. You can listen to it whenever you want, as many times as you want.